Emerald Cup stage has been amazing for that. But the other thing about the Emerald Cup is that it has been, it's kind of evolved to a journey. Everybody has a reason as to why they step up on stage. But it's not always just to win the show, to be the first person, to be the champion. It could be something that their goal was to get up on stage, that they were losing weight. We've had competitors who've lost 100, 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Maybe, they were not thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get there and I'm going to step on stage and I'm going to win. But they had the mentality that I'm going to go through all this training, I'm going to go through this dieting, I have this goal. My goal is to step up on that stage. So that is something that I love about the Emerald Cup. And what we do is we do recognize people as inspirations. We've had people who have beat cancer or who have had cancer but said or found out they were diagnosed with cancer. I mean, there's all different versions of it, but they said, I'm not going to quit. This is going to keep me going. I'm going to keep going, and I am going to get up on that stage, and I'm going to beat cancer. So I've had people who have beaten cancer that have gotten up on stage. I've had people who, this is one that I get quite a few. They're getting ready for the show, and someone passes away, and it's right before the show. They're 2 weeks, 1 week out, and they're so distraught, and they'll call me up and go, I don't know what to do. I've spent all this time and energy doing this, but they've passed away. And the memorial service isn't for a couple weeks. I don't know what to do. And my advice usually is, get up on the stage. You've gone through all this work. Because I know if it were my son and I had passed away, I would be like, no, you step up on that stage. I've been with you the whole way as you've been going. From heaven, I will be looking down and watching you up on that stage. So
yelling at them. Right?
Exactly. So that's one thing about the Emerald Cup. It's a journey and it's a goal. That's why we have the pins. Brad's got the coins. We have everything that we have going on with that, so that
even though I didn't wear it, the jewelry, the Emerald Cup jewelry, been blessed. I got a beautiful necklace, a gorgeous ring, and I'm gonna have them on this year at the 35th anniversary Emerald Cup that you guys would give me so graciously.
We have a 25-year ring and a 30-year ring.
30-year. The necklace.
30 was the silver.
The necklace
silver.
is 25, and then
no. The necklace was 30.
30. Okay.
The ring was 25.
Right.
And beautiful pieces of jewelry to commemorate. Unbelievable. I mean, these two of.
Oh, you know why he's saying this? Because
Elaine,
it's the 35th. That's what's going on here.
I got enough jewelry. I don't think I need more. But anyway, I love every piece that you guys have given.
We can give you a beautiful band.
Okay.
So see this?
I love it. I was going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Elaine started this, and a lot of other promoters have followed suit. Now, hold that band up, Elaine. Let them see this. You guys, if you compete, this is what you get: the competitor band. And Elaine started this a while back. How many years ago, Elaine? It's been a few years.
It's been about 6 years that we've been doing the Emerald Cup.
And I'll tell you, other promoters are now jumping on board. Why didn't I think of that? Something so simple, but yet so cool that you got the Emerald Cup name on that and you're carrying it around your wrist, and you could get that throughout your training. I mean, it's just a good reminder.
As soon as you enter,
accountability band.
Yeah, as soon as you
when you
enter,
go to reach for that pumpkin pie in the refrigerator and you see your band, you go, oh, I better not have that.
Well, Brad, I got to tell you, I could have a band on each wrist and 2 on the ankles and one around my neck. I'm going for the pumpkin pie, man. But anyway, go ahead.
That's because you're done competing.
Yeah. Oh, darn it.
Right? But it glows in the dark, and you can see.
Oh, wow, this one glows in the dark.
Yeah, we started the glow in the dark because.
That might not be good if I'm running from the police, but go ahead.
Oh my God.
I see him down the alley.
It started the glow in the dark, and it continued the glow in the dark because we had I had one of the competitors' husbands come up to me and say, I love that band that you gave to my wife, that you sent her. And by the way, you only get it when you enter. When you enter, and you actually pay your money, and it has nothing to do with you're giving me money. It's you're paying your money in the fact you have committed. This is a commitment band, because we all know once we pay for something, we are committed to that. You get this band, we send this to you, and you put that on, and if you can't wear it, a lot of times people have jobs they can't wear it, put it on your rearview mirror, put it somewhere where you see it, but it glows in the dark. Anyway, I had this competitor's husband say, I see it on my wife when she's sleeping, it glows in the dark, and he goes, I love her so much, and I see it glow in the dark, and I see everything that she's going through, and how much she's dieting, and she brings her Tupperware with her everywhere, and I'm so proud of her, and I just know she's right there, and I just love it. And I thought,
cool.
all right, I'm gonna stay with the glow in the dark, because I was switching different colors and all that, and I thought, no, that's it. It's glow in the dark. Yeah. So yeah, they get their competitor band.
Good stuff. So what are we looking forward to on this 35th?
Well, we've got a great guest poser. Big Country's coming in.
Oh, big guy.
Yeah, he's one of the up and coming big bodybuilders.
He's huge. We just saw him at the Nationals. His tree trunks for quads.
Picture of him right here.
It is.
Right.
Hold it up there, Brad, for a little bit so they can see.
That's Dallas McCarver.
Okay.
And also Nick Scott. We thought we'd bring him back because he's so inspirational. He's so inspirational. And then we've got others.
Nick, so for anyone who doesn't know, Nick Scott is a wheelchair athlete. He's a IFBB pro wheelchair athlete, and with the IFBB NPC, we do have wheelchair divisions, and so that anyone in a wheelchair can compete and can go on and get a pro card. And Nick is one of the most amazing inspirational athletes. Yeah. Every time we have him up on our stage, people afterwards, they're just down wanting to get his autograph, getting photo ops, getting pictures with him.
Great story.
And he'll take pictures with everyone.
He will. He makes himself available to everybody.
So we're looking forward to see Big Dallas here. He's going to amaze the crowd.
Dallas.
Now, let me ask you a question. Who's that brown guy right there?
Oh my gosh!
Wait, who in the heck is that?
That is the most
best MC in the world, right there.
Amazing MC that you would ever have the pleasure to listen to.
I can't really tell. It looks almost like me, but they say we all look alike.
You
so I'm not
just
sure
have to come to the Emerald Cup just to see this guy.
I'm gonna have a special suit for you. I've been putting this suit away.
Yes.
Now listen, this guy. I got to tell you guys a quick story about the 35th suit. There's another guy who performs that is begging me almost daily to use my jacket. And I told him no. I mean, we're getting this almost scrapped.
Really?
I said, I'm saving this jacket for the 35th Emerald Cup.
What's this other guy doing?
Saturday night, I'm going to bust it out. He actually does some things with a show in town. I don't know if I want to say the name of the show, but it's a show that goes on daily in town with some professional entertainers. And he also does some announcing as well, boxing and other things. So he's begging me for this jacket for a special event of his.
Is that the green Emerald Cup
he
jacket?
can't say.
That's the one you're not going to tell
jacket,
us.
you guys, let's put it this way. This jacket, there's only one of them. There's only way, I can only acquire one. He's been begging to try to get this jacket. He's looked online. He went everywhere to try to get this thing. And he can't get it. So hopefully you guys will like it when we break it out.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Kind of make you have a limp in your walk. Anyway.
One part of the Emerald Cup, a memory that I just thought about that I really want to bring up.
What's that?
Is Austin Powers.
Groovy, baby. Oh, yeah, we remember Austin.
We
he did a good
brought
job.
in Austin Powers at the Emerald Cup. So back in the day of the Emerald Cup, people would, and I think this was 2006 that we brought him in, 2005, 2006, I can't quite remember, but it is on YouTube. Mark has a YouTube video on there with Austin Powers, and we brought him in to work. He was going to go on stage, but to actually work the crowd at the ticketing booth, because back in the day for ticketing, you didn't have like a lot of online ticket sales. It wasn't like as advanced as it is now, and most people had to come and buy their tickets, purchase their tickets that day. It wasn't as easy to get them in advance. Now you can go online, get them in advance. It's really easy, but back in the day you couldn't. So we had these huge crowds. So it was kind of like a show in itself in the ticketing agency, a ticketing area. And I always work in the ticketing area, and I would have all of these people, and my ticketing girls we would try to get as many people in and banded and entertained as possible, but everybody was standing around waiting. And Brad and I were down in LA, and we saw Austin Powers. We met Austin Powers and thought, let's bring him up to work the crowd, the ticketing crowd.
He was good.
And so Mark Mason, who's filming this behind the camera, he came in with us too, and we had the whole crowd. Everybody's in the foyer trying to get tickets and waiting, and we bring in Laura Mack, fitness gal. Laura Mack was guest performing that day,
in Seattle.
And I think it was Michelle Mayberry was our other one that was there.
Sure.
And so Austin Powers come in, and he's got both the girls are just hanging on him, and he comes in, and Mark's got the big camera, to show the action, and taking pictures. And Austin Powers come in, and he's got the 2 girls, and he's like, "Yeah, baby." And it took the crowd just like a moment, like, who is that? Because like, really,
he looked real. He looked like the real Austin Powers.
You're saying that isn't? How do you know that wasn't the real Austin Powers?
I don't know.
You don't know. Exactly. That's right, because I'm the one that booked him, right? So I'm not telling. So anyway, he comes in and he's working the crowd. So the crowd got to do photo ops with him, and Mark's taking all these pictures. So we had this whole show going on in the foyer. And it was so awesome. And so he worked the whole crowd there. And then after that, he went into the auditorium. And Brad's always backstage. Back in those days, Brad's the one who everything that happens backstage, he's overseeing everything. So he had everything going on in backstage, and he brought Austin Powers came up on stage and
with Brad Hallbaugh. And
I remember that.
I remember in a whole class of figure athletes.
Michelle Mayberry, she was guest posing.
Sure.
Michelle was guest posing that.
Yeah, but we had a whole class of figure athletes.
Oh yeah, I know. But
they did the
Michelle's
Austin Powers dance, and he led them.
Yeah, they got him up. They're doing the whole Austin Powers dance.
Together, sure.
He had them all doing this, and it was so much fun. And the crowd got so many photo ops, and actually, this is one thing I want to point out. This is to everybody. When you're at an Emerald Cup, you guys all now these days you have cell phones. So when you have celebrities right there, we all know how to take a selfie. Get your selfie with Kim right there too. If he's out in there, get your selfie. You've got those pro bodybuilders. Get your selfies, because they will take pictures with you. And if you're an athlete, one of the things that you want to think about too is you want to remember this day on stage. Mark's always there shooting with photography too, and getting your pictures, because back in the day when Kim and I used to compete, we didn't have those opportunities to get pictures like that, and there were no video. In fact, we didn't start videoing the Emerald Cup till 1986. So anything below 85, 84, 83, those don't exist. We didn't have the capability to videotape every show at that time. It was extremely expensive.
And you got to take advantage of the
take advantage to have all of that. Kim and I have like a little Polaroid of us together one time. This little Polaroid. I don't have 50 million pictures. Even to remember myself on camera.
Don't look at me, Brad. It's a good picture. I promise you.
Exactly.
Like
Polaroid.
Yeah, mixed pairs, all of it. Yeah.
I want to be a scientist. Yeah, no, I wasn't like that. Right?
No, not at all. I'm just saying
you might not want to put that on film.
We don't have all of those pictures, so I wish we had the opportunity to be able to take pictures and remember the day.
That would have been great.
To be able to go back, because then at least Mark could be shooting, back, showing some pictures of us, what we looked like back in 1983. We were good. We looked good. We were good bodybuilders. That's right.
That's it. We had it down.
Exactly.
Right.
So we don't have that. So take pictures. Take those photo ops. Get your pictures. Get the video. Get all of that. So 20 years later, you can show your grandkids. Or in your kids. Your
and
grandkids.
The technology.
I did look
so
hot.
Advanced. Yeah, so advanced.
Exactly.
I mean, I still got the phone with a 100-mile cord on it, so I never leave home, right? But so I can't do the selfies like you guys. But I'll tell you what, take advantage of your technology. I think it's the only way to go.